What's going on, guys? What's up? What's up? We are live. Guys, I'd like to introduce my good buddy Wes. He's here to talk all things Onyxcoin, all things XCN. Prominent member of the XCN community, guys. Very educated in what's been going on, been around a long time. So, Wes, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background, about yourself and your background with Onyxcoin?
Sure. First off, thanks for having me on the channel, Rob. I appreciate it. I've been involved with XCN for the better part of 2 years now. I got involved with the project pretty much just off the charts, and nothing to really do with the project itself at first. What I noticed early on was that it was in a lifelong downtrend since the moment it was launched, and that it was severely oversold. So just for probability, which is generally how I do my trades, I go by probability and invest in assets that the probability of it going lower is less than if it going higher is less than if it going lower. So it intrigued me, and I joined the Telegram group, started to do some research, and I just thought it was a great overall project with a small market cap.
How long ago was that?
That was so I've been in and out over 2 years, and I've been really in steadily over the last maybe 14 months. Okay. So yeah, everything that I see with Onyx seems to be heading in the right direction. It seems to be a sleeping giant with great growth potential and use case potential.
I agree, man. A lot of FUD that we got to cut through, man. We got to cut through the BS.
It's always the case. They always got something to say.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, you're over in the Telegram and stuff, and I am waiting for VT to get back to me. It's been like a week or something like that, but I do see everything that you talk about there. So where would you like to kick it off, my friend?
Well, the first thing I want to say is I am not affiliated with XCN. I'm not employed by them. I'm not an admin. I'm just a regular guy, regular holder. A fairly decent size holder to my understanding compared to most folks. This is anything I say on this channel. I just want to say is not financial advice. It's my own opinions, my own passion, my own conviction, and my own risk. Yeah, I think it's a great project. I invested. I talked to you about the lifelong downtrend and why I saw it as a great opportunity with a low cap. I know that there's been a lot of FUD about the staking. And people saying, that they have had their funds disappear from the protocol and all this stuff. I will stress, and I'll say it twice, do not stake anywhere else except for on onyx.org, onyx.org. Do it directly on the website. And I would strongly suggest to your community to use the Coinbase non-custodial wallet. The gas fees are far less on there. It makes staking much more worthwhile if you don't have to pay crazy gas fees. I have staked for quite some time now, 20 million plus coins. I will also say that at first I staked a very small amount to test it. And I was able to remove my stake immediately, have them transfer back to my wallet in minutes, and also claim my rewards. My rewards get transferred to my wallet. And it's cut and dry. It's very simple. The protocol is very easy to use. And once I had staked and unstaked several times, I felt very comfortable with increasing the position in which I staked. The reason why I stake is because when you're in such a strong, downtrend, a lifelong downtrend, you're essentially at pretty much at the bottom, at least in my opinion. And it's not worth trading these ranges. I mean, it's very quickly. Can this thing shoot up when you think, it's going to sit at a resistance and it's gone away from you? So if you do feel the need to increase your position without buying, or basically essentially trading, I would suggest staking because I'm able to make passive XCN with it. And one of the things that I started to do was I claim my rewards every 4 or 5 days. And then I stake those rewards so that I'm compounding. And I've noticed very worthwhile results with it. My position size continues to increase as a result of that.
Very nice. I'm considering it myself. So you've never actually come across this issue that one of the other community members came across, eh?
Fortunately, no. And I'm very glad for that. I always follow the instructions from the admin and moderators in the Telegram group. And I also, if I have ever any doubts, I ask questions in there. They're great guys. They're very helpful, and they do the best they can with with what they have.
Yeah, guys, make sure you definitely join the Telegram.
Yes, that's where it's at. That's where we're all in there. That's where you get a really good understanding, straight from the horse's mouth, about what goes on in XCN, what has happened in the past, what's happening going forward. It's a great place to be.
Absolutely. I joined there, and yeah, I love reading all the stuff.
We're very grateful for you too.
Oh, hey, I appreciate it, man. I believe in the project, right? It's the project really speaks for itself. It really, I don't need to push it. It pushes itself, and that's how I feel solid projects do produce, right? Is they do operate. Like I see some, and I went on a rant about this before. I see like there's this one guy, I've seen him on he does KASPA, and I love KASPA too. But he goes on these things where he starts to compare KASPA to other projects and then bashes the other projects, whether it's XRP or whatever. And I'm just like, bro, if your project is that good, you don't need to find other projects and compare it and stuff. The project should sell itself.
Exactly.
Right? And that's how I feel about Onyxcoin 100%.
Yep. And in my experience, when there's doom and gloom in the air, when the morale of the community is hopeless, when it feels like it's a dead and gone, forgotten coin, that's when you buy.
Yes.
That's when you take your position. And then, once other people are screaming to the moon and it's not going to stop going up in some outlandish targets, that's when I will quietly see myself to the door.
Yeah, me too, man. One thing that I'll add, I'll piggyback onto that, the hacking or the staking issue, is that it is not, people need to understand that it's not out of the norm for these hackers and these scammers to piggyback off of this sort of thing, right? So just because it's not, this scam is definitely not from Onyxcoin, the project, it doesn't mean that there's not something trying to piggyback off of that. You see it all the time with airdrops and like all kinds of things, migrations, whatever it is. You see these kinds of scams piggyback off of great staking opportunities and stuff like that as well, right?
Right.
So always be careful, and like Wes just said, guys, always use the official links. To you said what was the link again for staking?
It's onyx.org, onyx.org.
Yes, always use the official links, guys, right? Because, but understand also the difference, though. If someone out there scamming about a project, that has nothing to do with the team of the project, right?
Right.
So, and I say that you'd think that that's common sense, but unfortunately, it's not for a lot of newer people in crypto, right?
Exactly. And I'm not the only one that I know that stakes large amounts. There's a few other holders I know, just from being around. Many of us are staking, and we're doing that for a reason.
Yeah. And I also heard another person tell me that they had a similar problem where their staked Onyxcoin wasn't showing up, and then they apparently they like disconnected their wallet and then reconnected, and then it showed up or something like that, right? It was some sort of visual glitch or something, but the money was still there, right?
Yep, I've had to refresh mine before. I've never had it missing for longer than 30 seconds. It was just a refreshing issue, but everything's done. Your rewards are given in real time. There's no lockup time period, and so you're able to stake one day, withdraw the next, and claim your rewards instantly. So there's, unlike a lot of other projects, you don't have to commit your assets for any particular period of time.
Yeah. I remember. I think that there's people that were staking like ICP up to like 8 years or something, like bananas, man, bananas, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Onyxcoin's become very quickly one of my top projects. It's inside my top 5 now, very quickly, right?
So in addition to staking for rewards, you stake for the protocol is essentially sustained by the stakers, and the stakers, depending on how much you stake, you get a weighted vote. So the more you stake, the more vote weight your vote has. To pass any proposal, there needs to be a minimum of 200 million voting weight to pass a proposal. So generally, the more you have, the more, say, your vote will be in there. So that's also an important aspect of that, and you have say in the direction of the protocol because it's truly a 100% decentralized DeFi project.
Yes, that is one of the top subjects I push with it, is the level of decentralization that we have is second to none, right?
Right.
Like
Great.
I was just talking about how Tron's DAO, right? Yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, Justin Sun tried to pull out like $700 million
Yeah.
or something without a DAO vote or anything. That's not decentralization, right?
Nope. Yep. Everything's on chain. Everything's able to be seen and has to go through all the government's procedures. So, it's secure in that right. I know another piece of FUD, because that's one of the things that we're here to conquer, is, that there was a hack, and people say that the team was inside the hack and whatnot. Well, first off, the hack took place in October 2023. It was an exploit on the protocol by having an asset listed that wasn't audited, and they were able to create and mint a deviation of a Pepe coin. And then they were able to basically cash that in and pull other assets off the chain to take the $2.1 million. What people don't understand is that was fully reimbursed on a ratio of 1-to-1 XCN. The price at the time of the hack was less than the time of reimbursement. So why would any scam project reimburse you in full, and two, the asset is increased in value since the time of the hack, not decreased? Another thing combating the scam, narrative that people are attempting to push. We recently had an AMA given rewards of $500 to the top 20 questions selected for the AMA. I myself was selected as a winner of that for one question, along with 19 others, and we've received our reward. Another sign that it's not a scam. $500 cash, and I turned it right around and spent it right on XCN.
Yeah, but, they might as well just paid you an XCN. Eh?
Yeah. Hey, it would have saved me a little time, but I'm fine with however I get it.
Yeah, I'm currently working on my bag myself right now. So,
yeah.
I thought I was happy with the size of it, but I figured, you know what? No, it's not. I got to get more. What do you? Well, we'll get into the prices and stuff like that a little bit later. But let's talk a little bit about this VUSD. They just released the white paper. I know that you read it. I haven't had the chance. I literally just noticed it, the white paper, and I shared it just before we went live. So I haven't read it yet. So I'm going to lean on your expertise with this.
Okay, so yeah, I just skimmed through it just to be clear. It just literally released. So if you're watching this video right now, within the last 20 minutes or so, they had released the website for VUSD with the white paper. I know VUSD is backed by XCN. It is a project of XCN in a collaboration between them and Chain, which is not a small name within the crypto space. If any of you guys have been around for some years, you know that name and you know it well. I know that VUSD is supposedly the first stablecoin that's going to be fully on chain, and it's a fully centralized stablecoin, the first of its kind. So XCN is backing the promotion of that coin with the allocated monthly budget to fund the third party, which is Chain, to facilitate the all the audits and the running of that and the marketing. So we got that going for us, and we're still learning a lot about it. I still have some ongoing questions that I'm waiting for answers on. So I'll fill you in more as that development becomes more clear. But I think it's great for the ecosystem. I think, it's nice to see devs working on something backed by Onyx. It's nice to see the devs and the admins becoming much more active with announcements and with OIPs that are being proposed and passed. We're really trending in the right direction, in my opinion.
I agree. A couple of months ago, probably 3 or 4 months ago, one of the biggest complaints I was getting from people was that, well, the team's not transparent. And another thing is that, guys, understand the difference between transparency and you not doing, your due diligence to find the announcements. a lot of people think that because the announcement's not right in front of your face as soon as you turn your computer on, that things aren't going on, right? You got to do things like join the Telegram, for example, right? You got to follow the team. You got to go to their website. You got to do your research essentially, right, into a project. They're not going to call you on the phone and say, "Hey, guess what we're doing?" Right? It's like just because you don't see it doesn't mean that they're not doing things, right?
Exactly.
And that was a big issue that I had seen. People were like, "Well, they never update their X page." Okay, well, did you check their Telegram? Right?
Yep. And one of the things I myself needed clarification on and was frustrated with, but I understand it, is, I mean, anybody in the team is just like you and I. They're holders. It's fully decentralized. So, they get their information from the developers as things come to pass and as developments are made. So they're limited with their information too until devs have sufficiently done their end to release news and products for us all to see. I did have some concerns with, being a decentralized protocol and people are developing it independently. How do we work together independently and still come with a cohesive result if no one knows who is who? And it was told to me by other long-term holders that the devs do have separate chats where they communicate with each other. And obviously that is the case because you see results coming and the product works. The product doesn't have any hiccups. They're actively developing. So that eased a lot of my concerns.
You know what they should do is they should create an ambassador program like JASMY did. And that way the ambassadors can communicate with the community as opposed to the team having to worry about it, right?
It's funny you say that because that was recently proposed in the Onyx news channel. They were talking about bringing back the ambassador program. So that would be great because one of the things I've been hammering home on the most is we have a great product. We have a great use case. It's just at this point, lack of exposure, it's lack of marketing, and that needs to be our sole concentration. Once you have a working product and your fundamentals are there, let's get it out. Doesn't matter how great the product is. If no one knows about it, then what good is it? And that's why we're very excited and very grateful to you for putting out daily content, talking about this, getting people in the know, getting the name in people's ears, and having people check out some charts, check out our Telegram, check out the white paper and the website, and check out the protocol and stake on it. So, I mean, all good things as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that not unlike JASMY, I've said this before, once we do finally start to run with XCN here, again, once we get near a cent, 2 cent, 3 cent, you're going to see that same thing happen. You're going to see the bigger content creators, coming out of the woodwork. Oh, I've been on board with XCN all along, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I called this years ago, right?
Yeah, and if you've been through any bull cycles, over the last 2 alt seasons, I mean, it really comes when no one's expecting it. You can't catch it, and you can hold for 4 years. And really all you're going to get is 2 weeks of time where you just absolutely go parabolic, and it makes it all worth it. But no one knows when it's going to be, and it's just a game of patience. It's a game of doing your due diligence, trusting your gut, making your decisions, and sticking to them. And have an exit strategy, have a plan, have a buying strategy. DCA, stake. There's a lot you can do, but you got to be patient, and our time will come. I thoroughly believe our time will come. A $40 million market cap, I'm just throwing out a round number, is nothing. I mean, you can double that in an hour. Yeah, easy, very easy.
Literally.
Yep, very easy. So I'm waiting. Yeah. I'm waiting, Rob, just like you are.
Yeah, I think it's going to be multiple billions, to be honest with you, in terms of market cap. I don't think that'll be a problem at all.
Yeah.
If I actually bring it up right now, I'm going to bring it up on the screen. Like the market cap right now is so low. Yeah,
it's crazy. I mean, a 10x puts it only at a 400 million. That's nothing still.
I'm going to switch it back to US. There we go. $44 million market cap. Like, are you kidding me right now? Yep.
And I believe my math is correct. 4 billion would be 100x from our place that we're sitting, and 4 billion is not big.
Well, and this, yeah, and that's small. I mean, Jasmy's a quarter of that right now. But the thing is, a lot of people talk about, well, look at the market cap now and how's it going to get to, let's say, $10 billion, right? Well, there's a big factor a lot of people don't take into consideration, and that is, well, where do you think the total asset class's market cap's going? Because if you think that 10 billion is going to be a lot, when we're talking about a potential 10 to 15 trillion dollar asset class in terms of market cap, 10 billion is not much money at all. It's a drop in the bucket of that.
Correct.
Right. So realistically, it may seem like it's a bridge too far from where we are right now, but and another factor is that how many people have actually been through a bull run before, like yourself and me, where they don't quite understand how crazy things can actually start to get, right?
Yeah. If you've seen 2021, I mean, it's anything can happen at this stage. It all depends if we become the flavor of the week, which can happen at any time, flavor of the month. You never know. The whales don't care. And my biggest thing is, people, you're in a space of crypto where prices are manipulated and it's highly ran by emotion. And just like they manipulate it to the downside, you wait for them to manipulate it the other way. You wait for them to manipulate it to the upside when they pump it through the roof and whatnot. And it's just a game of patience. But it will happen. It always does.
Well, that's the thing is you get these people that say, the bull run's over. We've already topped this. Absolute ridiculousness. From me, those are people who have never experienced an actual bull run before.
Right.
Like what we need to see here as well, I'm just kind of looking. We need our tags, our proper tags over on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap as well. I mean, like there should be a DeFi tag on here, in my opinion, obviously, right? We've got a DEX going on, like, maybe RWA, right? I mean, we should have some proper tags, in my opinion. And, some people say, well, the tags don't really matter. Well, I disagree because, let's say that you're looking for a new RWA play or something, a small cap RWA play, and you're going to go look at the categories. You're going to look up, well, Onyxcoin's right there, right? Like
exactly.
It's got the proper tag. So I think once DeFi starts to run, I think Onyxcoin's really going to run. Once that narrative starts running in the bull run, XCN's just going to go like.
And we depend on the community to update those things because, like you said, there is no said quote unquote team of owners. So just like myself, I looked up top staking rewards for coins, and they listed several coins as the top rewarding staking coins. And they listed coins that gave less of a yield than XCN. So, that was a Google AI generated answer. I emailed them the feedback and explained to them that, hey, don't forget XCN. And we offer, at the time it was like 32%.
Yeah.
So we all got to do our part. That's part of, what I'm doing now. I'm trying to represent for the community and to truthfully, give an honest answer on my stance on it and to, clarify any doubts or uncertainty or FUD.
Yeah, that's the biggest battle really is fighting that FUD. Right here, guys, is the website that you want to go to, right? So I'm just trying to find the staking on here. I haven't staked mine yet.
Yep. So I go up top to the there's a menu on the launch app.
Oh, right here. Oh, yeah, there it is.
All right, so then if you click staking, right, there's farming, and then there's supplying and borrowing and staking. Sometimes people will look at the yields for supplying or borrowing. That is not staking. Yeah. Supplying XCN offers like 2%. That is not the staking yield. If you go to stake, you will see that the yield is 30.5%. And the daily emissions, it shows how many XCN it pays each day. Right now based on the protocol use, and that is divided amongst all stakers depending on how much you stake. And the amount on the right is currently how much is staked on the protocol, which is like 1.6 something million. Hardly any. So plenty of room for people to stake. Get on there.
Yeah, get in there, guys. So the swap, I'm assuming, only supports ERC20 tokens right now?
So it's ERC20, and there are other types. I don't recall off the top of my head. It's other variations of ERC as well. we should be able to have our RWA coming soon with the V3 integrations. I'm really excited about that. That'll hopefully bring a lot of liquidity to the market, a lot of increased use cases and different users to the project.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what we got going.
Yeah, I'm my big plan here was to through the next through 2026 when we start to really spend the next 12 months dropping down to the next bear market. My plan was personally to utilize their staking at that point in time and just spend that time just getting interest, right? Getting my XCN interest and stuff like that. That's kind of my big plan here for my Onyx coin. Some projects I don't sell all of, some I hold long term because of the potential in them, and
Sure.
Onyx is one of them. So
yeah, for me personally, I'm very afraid to do any type of trading this far down. So
yeah.
the way I answer that with putting more new money into it is staking it. And this way I can feel like I'm still doing something each day that's productive and have a say in the protocol and make some passive money. One thing I want to advise that with the staking, I use Coinbase here in the US and Coinbase wallet to connect my Coinbase wallet to XCN. It will ask that you obviously have some ETH in your wallet to pay for the gas fees. Sometimes it will keep saying that you don't have enough ETH and you have to buy more. So sometimes I have to put $50 worth of ETH in there, but just to be clear, it only uses about $2 or $3 of the ETH. I don't know why it's asking for more of it, but it does not. Don't be under the impression that it's going to use all of the ETH that you have to buy to actually stake it. I end up usually only spending $2 or $3 to stake or unstake 20 million coins. So,
which is phenomenal.
Yeah. And, it's generally that comes back into my wallet between 1 and 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So they're pretty quick considering.
Yeah, I can't wait to utilize it myself. So what was the? I remember you said you had a list there. So what was the next thing that you wanted to cover?
Let's see. No, I think I covered a lot of the talk points I have. In terms of price, some interesting stuff, that I'm seeing, and this is just my own opinion based on my experience. And, I did share with you that we are at an exciting time right now, and it's definitely not the time to try to trade any tops on this. We just had a weekly stochastic RSI cross on the weekly time frame, which would indicate a momentum shift coming in. If that closes out tonight, that would be incredibly bullish. And even more on the monthly time frame, we have a beautiful, nasty old dragonfly doji.
You messaged me about that. Yeah.
Yes, with a super long tail. And anybody, if you take the time to go through other coins that have been around a while and you see one of these candles, you tell me how it would have been trying to trade that. You wouldn't be able to trade. I mean, that's a huge momentum indicator, especially with a cap that small. That could potentially, be a massive move. So I'm definitely not touching mine right now. And the larger the time frame, the more reliable the signal. If you're looking at 1 hour charts, you're not going to get the most reliable signal. The larger the time frame, the more reliable the signal is.
This is the tail you're talking about right here, right?
Yes. Yep.
Juicy. Look at that, guys.
That candle, if that closes that way in 5 or 6 days, that's what you want to see. I mean, if you look at the doji at the bottom here of the downtrend back in October, November, and you see that small candle body with a wick to each side, classic trend reversal candle, and you saw the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles that ensued. This dragonfly doji is a powerful reversal candle. So hold tight, go touch some grass, go talk to your family, get off the computer and just chill out. Everything's everything's going to do what it does. You have nothing to worry about. Your funds, are safe from my understanding in this project. You have a lot of development, a lot of good things happening. People are trying their best to get involved, to spread the word. Just be patient and wait.
Yeah, I'm like I said before, I'm still in accumulation myself. There's no way I'm letting. I'm not letting this opportunity pass me by. No chance, man.
Oh, it's a
So,
great time too.
so without it being, without it being financial advice, so everyone understands and everything, where do you see XCN going in this bull run?
Okay, so I tend to favor the more conservative estimates. So I would state that I would expect it to at least go to 3 to 4 cents. That's my minimal.
Yeah.
Do I think that we have the potential to take out all-time highs? Sure. Am I betting the farm on it? No. But it could easily happen. I mean, 2021, but that's just part of me keeping my expectations pretty realistic and level-headed. But if this thing gets the attention that it deserves and it needs, who knows? I mean, you can eat through that very quickly.
Yeah. I personally believe we could see 18 cents again without issue. But again, nothing in crypto is guaranteed, as we know.
Yeah.
But
I hope you do, Rob, because I wouldn't be working anymore. I wouldn't have to work at the shop anymore.
Well, I have a plan that I share with a lot of the Patreon members, and it's that I continue to accumulate to lower my exit price point. Right? I have a valuation of how much I want to make from this project, and then what I do is I continue to accumulate to lower my exit price point, whilst still being able to get the targeted valuation that I want, if that makes sense, right? If I want to make $1 million, okay, so where does it need to be for me to get there? Oh, 10 cents. Okay, I'm going to keep buying it. Now it only needs to be 8 cents, right? And I'm increasing my likelihood that I'm going to get where I want to go, right?
Exactly.
So, and it also helps me get the hell out of the market long before everybody else, right?
Right. Yep. And what I do is I kind of go by staged and tiered exits. So I would sell a set percentage once it hits a certain price point. And as it continues to go up, release a little bit more there, because it's better than trying to catch the top. And I just have to have that plan going in and take the emotion out of it, because the emotions, if you think the emotions are bad when the price goes down, when you're in a bull market, the emotions not to panic sell and profit get real crazy.
Yeah, well, that's one of I made a video about that a few months ago, just talking about, somebody had asked me in my personal life. They said, so if I just put, 100 grand into crypto, I can walk away, with X amount of money. I said, yeah, you can. I said, well, that sounds too easy. Yeah, it does sound too easy.
Right.
Try it.
It's extremely difficult. I have so much of a harder time with keeping my emotions in check on the way up rather than the way down.
Oh yeah, because that's exactly it. A whole new set of problems kicks in at that point, right? Is this the top? Is this the top? No. Is this the top? Am I holding too long? Am I that becomes a whole nother problem, right?
Exactly. And for people in their first, bear cycle they went to, there becomes a point of, when price does start going up, it's like, is this too good to be true? It's going to go back down, and they struggle with that. And that's tough. And there's nothing people just got to play through that and go through the experience, and I made some poor choices, victim of my emotion earlier on. And you got to separate the emotion from your money. And we as humans are extremely emotionally linked to our money. And unless you figure out a way to detach from that, you will continue to be on the end of whatever they want to do to you, to shake you out, or to get you to buy, to FOMO in. So it's important to have a plan and strategy, in my opinion, for 100%. Getting in as well as exiting.
100%. I really try to push that narrative on people to tell them, like, I don't care if if you're going to join the Patreon and get me to help you make a plan, or if you're going to go somewhere else to get a plan, or you're going to make your own plan. I don't care how you get your plan. For the love of God, get a plan. Right?
Exactly.
Yep. Too many people that are new to crypto have this idea in their head that I'm just going to wing it and I'll just exit. It'll be no problem. Yeah. All those people will be messaging me when we're on our way down, 30, 25, 30% every day towards the bear market, going, oh my God, I didn't sell at the top, because you didn't have a plan.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
I DCA out the same way I DCA in. 10% at a time, I pick price points, and it's like, boop, 10% out, take my profit, and just keep rolling that way, man. Like, You gotta emotionally detach, and you gotta just, regardless, the same way I tell people to DCA in every Saturday. Who cares? Whatever the price is, who cares? You put your money in.
Yep, exactly.
You know, and you just, that's your plan. Who cares about your emotions? Who cares about how you feel about it? Who cares? You know, don't play this game of, I'm going to wait for a lower price point and I'm going to wait for this. And you can be waiting a long time, right?
Yep, exactly. And then you get to the point where you've been through so many bear markets and so much stuff that you're pretty much dead inside. And that when there's blood in the streets and everybody's jump off point, you're like, game on, man. I got some dry powder saved just for this day. And that's when you buy. You buy the fear and sell the greed. And if you're not built for it, there's certain people that aren't built to sit in front of a chart and to deal with the emotion of it. Set your plan, set your sell order at a certain price, and turn off the damn computer. Come back in a year.
Yep.
Set a conservative sell price that you're happy with, and don't play the game, because certain people just aren't built for it. With the emotion that's attached to watching a chart every day.
That is actually fantastic advice. Exactly. You can just set your sell orders now, and then just unplug from crypto for the next year, and then just check your portfolio later and be like, oh, all my sell orders hit, blah blah blah. And you're good, right?
Other than marrying my wife, I've never made a good decision on emotion.
Exactly.
So don't make decisions when you're emotional. Don't panic sell. Don't sit in front of the chart. It's gonna do something to your head. If you're not seasoned for this, if you haven't been through it, you're gonna get wrapped up.
Well, and that's almost like you have to go through it, right? You have
100%.
to have that experience to be able to tolerate the future, right?
It's the cost of the education. That's how my cycle that I lost money in, and then I thought it would go down, and if I held it, I would have probably been a multimillionaire by now. It's the price of doing business, the price of the education, and as long as you learn from it and you do something different, hey, it's all part of the journey.
Yeah. You should have said that first day when that message first got put in our Discord. Holy smokes, man. I had hundreds of panic messages from people.
Yeah.
Just emotions. I had like 18 from one person. 18 messages.
Know.
Please respond. Oh my God, what's going on? Oh, should I sell everything? I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, we have a couple of those. We have a couple of those too in the Telegram. I mean, I feel like every Telegram's got them. Every Discord's got them. Every Patreon,
And they're new, so you try to be patient and you try to be understanding, but at the same time, when you've said the same thing, when you walk people through the same problem 150 times and they keep coming, at that point I have to say, okay, you're not even trying to learn from your experiences here, right?
Right. And I had to go through it too when I'm in my learning process too. My mentor, referred to it as some people need a little extra hand holding, and I'm grateful that he was able to do that, and tell me about most traders lose because they succumb to emotion. Mm-hmm. But he's also a big proponent of probability, trading with probability. And that's where my biggest attraction to XEN came in before knowing anything about the project. I mean, if you look at that chart in a lifelong downtrend, at some point you're going to run out of sellers. I mean, So probability is increased that you're going to go up rather than go down once you hit so far towards the floor, So I'm just waiting.
Yeah, that's
6
all it
months,
is.
a year, 2 years, whatever it takes, I'll be here.
Yeah, me too, man. My pegs will be so fat by then. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who's going to buy them. I will be. They will no longer be decentralized because I will hold so much of the project.
Exactly, right?
I make the decisions.
And it's a really good feeling, man, when you have a fat bag of it and you stake it and you have a say. You have a say in the project.
Yeah.
You're not just a victim of other people's emotions and money and wallets and greed. You have a say with XCN when you stake it. What's going to happen?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the best thing is you can be involved in the project, right? Yep. So I agree, man. But I think we're going to wrap it there, my friend. I still got to get to the gym. I got to get ready to do some more videos tonight. I appreciate you coming on, man, and clearing some things up. I hope to have you on again sometime soon.
Yep, I would be honored, and I thank you very much for having me on. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I'm not the most knowledgeable person about XCN, but I did, I watch all your videos and I do see, some of your talking points and some of the concerns that people are having. And I'm just trying to do my part as a community member where I see an opportunity to ethically and truthfully, correct misconceptions.
Yeah. Misinformation. There's too much of it out there.
Too much.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for having me on. I look forward to doing this again with you one day.
It was a pleasure, my friend. We'll talk again. I'm sure we'll talk in the Telegram probably.
Absolutely.
All right, brother.
All right. You take care, guys. Thank you.
Take care, brother.